And like you said, that our culture and the world in general, it changes. So, what would you say, maybe on a more small scale, in the past handful of decades, what would you say are some changes that have occurred in our culture? Maybe some for the better and some for the worse. What would be your analysis on that from a sociological
Yeah, I
standpoint?
think probably one of the bigger ones has to do with technology,
Mm,
as far as changes. That's for better and for worse. I think another big one that I can't get away from is the family structure.
mm,
Um, Changed dramatically. I mean, I remember when I was a young person trying to contemplate what marriage would look like,
mm,
if I wanted to get married, and there was more of a sense that most people would get married
hmm,
and that you would have raise a family. And so I remember my mom one time saying, because my wife and I got married, we were always reading all the books on how to have a good marriage and how
mm,
to raise your kids properly
mm.
from a Christian perspective,
Yeah,
because we wanted to do it right.
sure.
And I think in my generation, we wanted to do it right. And my mom would always say, "Man, I wish we would have had some books to read." Um,
Yeah.
but when I see in this generation
Mm,
is that marriage isn't a priority. In fact, a lot of people don't even see the need for marriage,
mm,
and and what I'm hearing more and more is they're not sure they want to have children.
mm,
And I think that human beings can make those decisions, but that is a dramatic change from just a few decades ago.
mm,
My generation wanted to get married and have kids. We just wanted to know how to do it right.
mm,
This generation's like, I'm not even sure I want to do that.
mm,
Don't even see the importance of it. And alarmingly, I even see that in the Christian community.
hmm,
And again, I'm not, I mean, I don't know, you could debate whether there's a mandate from God to get married and have kids. I think there's a precedence in the
mm.
scriptures for man and woman to get together and have, procreate and have a
Sure.
family. And I think there's certainly a precedence for that. Doesn't mean that everybody has to, but the cultural shift has radically changed.
Mm,
Like I said, it used to be the expectation that most people would get married and have kids,
mm,
and then my generation just wanted to know how to do it the right way.
mm,
And apparently, we didn't do such a great job because this generation, like, I don't even think marriage is worth it.
mm. Yeah. And,
I mean, what do
yeah,
you think on that? Because you're
yeah,
in the generation that I'm talking about. That
yeah,
do you see a growing trend of people who
absolutely.
aren't really interested in marriage, and
Yeah,
even more trend that I don't even care if I ever have kids?
yeah, absolutely. And first, I just want to say I appreciate what you said about being this spot where you're reading all the books. Just want to do it right. My wedding's 2 months away, and that's exactly
Yes,
where I'm at with my
right.
fiance.
I
We're
love that.
going through all these different books and trying to talk through it. We just want to do it right. We don't want to mess up. So we're trying to set a strong foundation. But on your question about the culture, I think there is a lot to what you're saying, that it's almost like it ceased to be a value or an ambition to pursue. Like, best case scenario, some people in my generation will be like, "Oh, you're getting married? Well, that's great. That works for you."
Right.
But it's almost like there's an
Very
ambition that there's
postmodern.
something greater than marriage. Like, it's almost like pursuing a career, or all these figures. That's the ambition, and that marriage will just slow you down. So it's almost like marriage is to settle. I think that's part of it. I think another part is just in our post-COVID world and in post-technology world with social media. I think it's just so hard for many in my generation to pursue relationships of that extent. I think the commitment is hard, so it's just easier to settle for other types of goals than marriage and family and children. So
Well
I think
said.
that might be part of it. I'm trying to not be that. I'm grateful to God for my fiance, and it's been a blessing, and I
And
just
I
can't
can
imagine what it'd be without her.
and I can honestly say that I have been married almost 28 years. I have 3 kids. Uh, Want to just give you some advice that
Yeah.
the books don't have all the answers, but they're
Mm,
certainly a good place to start.
mm,
But the main thing is to keep God at the center of your relationship
mm,
and to listen to the heart of your spouse.
mm.
Um, I always joke that I'm so glad I don't have to figure out all the women in the world. I have to figure out one. And if I want to know what makes her happy, what makes her
Mm,
feel valued and significant, and
yeah.
listen to that, because that changes. It's
Mm,
different when you first get married than as time goes on, but that's still a beautiful aspect of the marriage relationship. And you have two
mm,
people that are really looking into the heart and the soul of each other to try to meet their needs. I would say my wife and I, in many ways, are very different. But at the core important stuff, we are rock solid. And that is such a blessing and gift from God. So I really am excited for you and
Thanks.
look forward to